everyone, welcome to Jitandra's Biology.
Today's topic is coordination. See, what in by coordination means the cooperation of different organs to carry out any work is called as coordination. That means, for example, you are crossing a road, Nana. When you are crossing a road, your eyes has to see in front of you anything is coming or not, and then that indication will give to the brain in front of you nothing is there. And at the time the brain will give the indication for your hands to go forward, and then you can write somewhat forward. So in that way safely you can cross out the road. Suddenly anything will comes, your the same brain will, the eyes will say to the brain something is coming, and that brain will take the information from the eyes, and they will give the indication for your leg muscles to apply the brake. So here the nervous system, muscular system and your sense organ system, these many systems has been working together, or these many organs are working together to carry out in one work, that is to send it safely, car cross out the road safely. That process is called what? Coordination. That is cooperation of different organs to carry out a task. Task in the sense nothing but work is called as what? Coordination. And this coordination in our body will occur by two systems. In the human beings, there are two ways of coordination will occur. One is called as a nervous coordination. Nervous coordination. Second system is called as a endocrine system. Second system is what? Endocrine system. The first system which looks after the coordination is nervous system. Second system is called what? Endocrine system. This nervous system will carry out this coordination with the help of what? Nerves. With the help of what? Nerves. Whereas endocrine system will carry out this coordination with the help of the chemicals called as hormones. With the help of the chemicals called what? Hormones. See, these and like this there are two types of coordinating systems are present in our body, and total all the coordinating activities in our daily. For example, you are standing upright in a balanced state, that is also one type of coordination. While you are walking in a very balanced state, you are not falling down, that is also one type of coordination. While I am writing in a equivalent a plain line, the how with the help of a coordination process itself. Now you are able to listen me and able to grasp the knowledge from this video, that is also with the help of coordination. Okay, you have to listen with your ears, and you have to listen with you have to see with your help of eyes, and your brain has to restore the information, then only you are able to understand this total topic. So these many systems are being involved here in gaining of knowledge from this video. So this all comes under what? Coordination process. Even climbing up steps, okay, and locking the door, unlocking the door, so many things will be occurs. And this coordination mainly useful for this is helpful for giving of what? Response toward the stimuli. Response toward the what? Stimuli. Actually, what by stimuli means the change which is occurring in you or around you is called as what? Response. Okay, sorry, stimulus. And for every stimulus we have what? Response. We have what? Response. So the response toward the stimuli is also one type of what? Coordination process. It is also one type of what? Coordination process. And moreover, here the small activity was given in your content, your lesson. That is, what is that? You take a long scale like this. Okay, you take a long scale like this, and then you hold the long scale 1 or 2 centimeters down from the scale and 1 or 2 centimeters above from this scale, and you ask your another friend to catch with this is your hand and this is your friend hand, and make 1 2 3 and 3 at when we count the 3 at a time, both has to release the both has to release what? Your fingers. And when you are releasing, automatically what happen? The down your friend hand will catches here. So that is this, while it is the scale is falling down, here the friend feels that it is falling down. In order to get avoiding that falling, he able to catch here. That is, this time the distance traveled is there, no, this much distance. In this distance traveling time, your coordination is occurring in your brain, and brain will say to your hand muscles to catch or hold that scale. In that way, that with help of the coordination is able to hold that scale. So this is one of the activity which reveals about the what? Coordination. So this coordination. But you come to a scientist called as Galen. Actually he was a physiologist, okay, a physician, nothing but a doctor. and he belongs to Greek country, nana. He belongs to what? Greek country. In the 16th century, at that time, the Greek people used to believe that brain is only the superficial organ. It only controls all the functions of our body. But at that time, one of the patient has been came to this Galen, who has been fall down from the chariot. Chariot means, Radham, and he has been fell down from chariot, and that person having a here in the arms as well as at the neck and arms, he got that is the injuries. At that time, in the neck, he is having the normal movements like this, but there is no sensation at the neck. There is no sensation in what? Neck. So by this, what he come to know that Galen told that there are two types of nerves, that is nerves of actions, that is what nerves of actions and nerves of sensations. Nerves of what? Sensations. So nerves of actions and nerves of sensation. So in this patient, the nerves which is concerned to the actions. Action means nothing but what? Movements. So the movement is normal. That is, the nerves which are concerned to the actions are not damaged. Whereas in the second case, that is second type of nerves are there. These, even though he is pricking with pin also, is not having any sensation. Why? What is the reason? Because he has been damaged, this nerves. The nerves of sensation has been got damaged. So that is the reason there is no sensation at all in that patient. So by this patient, the Galen said that nerves are of two types. They are nerves of action and nerves of what? Sensation. And later we come to about the nervous system. Where these nerves are present? These nerves are present in the nervous system. Where is present? Nervous system. In the nervous system, mainly there are two types of cells are present, nana. What are they? The first type of cells are called as nerve cells. They are called what? Nerve cells. These nerve cells are also called as neurons. They are also called what? Neurons. Whereas second type of cells are called as what? That is glial cells. What is that? Glial cells. These glial cells are also called what? Supportive cells. They are also called what? Supportive cells. So there are two types of cells, and especially in these two types of cells, you take nerve cell is very important. The nerve cell, or it is also called what? Neuron, is very important. Okay, nerve cell is also called as neuron. It is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Functional unit of nervous system. That means the nervous system is made up of this neurons itself. These nerve cells in our body, you take 10 billion neurons are present in our body. Okay, 10 billion neurons are approximately present in our body. And you take this nerve cell have mainly three parts. What are they? The three parts of this nerve cell are, first you take these branch structures are called what? Dendrites. What are the dendrites? The dendrites are what? They are branched structures. Okay, and they won't have any cytoplasm or nucleus or any other materials are absent in that, and they are useful to receive the stimuli, that is receive the information. That is the function of what? Dendrites. And receive the stimuli and pass to UMA to the cyton. This extended, this structure is called what? Cyton. Receives the stimuli and pass to the cyton. The second part, this is called what? Cyton. The second part is called what? Cyton. This cyton is also called as cell body. It is called what? Cell body. Or it is also called as pericardia. It is also called what? Pericardia. Or it is also called soma. So various names are there, nana. Cyton, cell body, pericardia or soma. So this is the part. And moreover, among the neuron, this is only the largest part. The largest part in the neuron is what? That is cyton or cell body or pericardia. And in that they have the prominent nucleus. You see, they have a prominent nucleus. and in this the small granular like structures are present. They are called what? Nissl granules. They are called what? Nissl granules. So these are small granular structures just like a sand like molecules, and moreover these Nissl granules are present only in the nerve cells. In remaining any cells in the human body you take, the Nissl granules are not present. Suppose you see under the microscope is, if Nissl granules are found, automatically you say that the cell is called what? Nerve cell. So the Nissl granules are unique features present only in the nerve cell. They are not present in any other human being cells. And next, these have the colorless liquid is called what? Cytoplasm. They are called what? Cytoplasm. And moreover, the cyton is useful for protein synthesis. That is a site of what? Protein synthesis. And moreover, these Nissl granules is there. These Nissl granules are made up with a group of RNA plus proteins. Group of RNA and what? Proteins. And next, the third one, this extended long structure is called what? Axon. This axon is also called as nerve fiber. Is also called what? Nerve fiber. This axon is also called what? Nerve fiber. See, and it is the longest part of the neuron. It is the longest part of what? Neuron. See, cyton is largest, whereas that axon is the longest. Okay, longest part of the neuron, and it is covered by a membrane. It has been covered by a membrane. Okay, it is covered by the membrane. That membrane is called as a myelin sheath. Okay, what is that now? Myelin sheath. And you see this membrane, this is wrapped, the axon is wrapped by a membrane that is called myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is made up with what? Schwann cells and fatty acids. And what? Fatty acids. So these are the two materials which are forming this myelin sheath. And these in this membrane, they have a gaps. They have what? Gaps. You see, these gaps are called as nodes of Ranvier. They are called what? Nodes of Ranvier. Okay, nodes of Ranvier. And at the end of this axon, at the end of this what? Axon, they have a root-like structures. Okay, they have what? Root-like structures. These root-like structures are called as axon terminals, or they are also called as nerve terminals. Axon terminals are what? Nerve terminals. See, this root-like structure is called axon terminals or what? Nerve terminals. And at the end of this axon terminals or root terminals, there is like a bulged structure is present. This bulged structure is called as synaptic knobs. They are called what? Synaptic knobs. So this is about the structure of nerve cell, or it is also called what? Neuron. Nerve cell or what? Neuron. See, this is about the nerve cell or neuron. Now I will show somewhat practically. See, you assume that this hand, these are dendrites. The fingers are assumed as what? Dendrites. And this portion, the palm portion is assumed as what? Cyton. And this extended long fiber like structure is what? Axon. This axon is covered by a membrane. You assume this sheet as what? Myelin sheath. In this myelin sheath, you know, these gaps are there. These gaps are called what? Nodes of Ranvier. Nodes of what? Ranvier. So our hand is a best resemblance or similar to our neuron present in our body. Okay. So easy to remember. Dendrites, cyton, as well as the axon, myelin sheath, as well as these gaps are called what? Nodes of Ranvier. Nodes of what? Ranvier. So in this way we can identify the neuron with help of our hand also. And there are also two types, Nana. What are they? They are nothing but myelinated neurons and unmyelinated neurons. What is meaning of this myelinated neurons means, if they are on the axon, if myelin sheath is present, they are called as myelinated neurons. In some of the neurons on the axon, myelin sheath is absent, then that is called what? Unmyelinated neurons. So that is the difference. Sir, what is the difference in functioning means, this myelinated neurons will there is no leakage of message in them. There is no leakage of what? Message. Whereas in that, no leakage of what? Message. Whereas you take in unmyelinated neurons, as this myelin sheath is absent, So there is a leakage of message will be occurs. So there is a leakage of what? Message. As the leakage of message will have occurs, so that's why slowly information goes here. Whereas the here information goes what? Fast. Here the information goes fast and the information goes slow. That is the basic difference between the myelinated neurons and unmyelinated neurons. Synapse. Synapse means the gap present between the at the contact of two neurons. At the contact of what? Two neurons is called as what? Synapse. Is called what? Na? Synapse. For example, you know this is the nerve terminals of this neuron, and at these nerve terminals itself there will be the another neuron will be arises. For example, another neurons will be arising here like this. Then what will happen? Here this will be the nerve terminals of this neuron, and this is the dendrites of this neuron, and wherever these dendrites will get contacting here, a little bit small gap which is not visible, and it is visible only under the electron microscope, and that gap at the contact of the two neurons is called as synapse. What is the duty of this synapse? Means that useful in passing the messages. Passing of what? Messages. You know that the messages will be the passing of messages will be occurs in the form of either in the form of electrical signals, in the form of what? Electrical signals, or in the form of chemical signals. Okay, when it is in the matter of hormones, enzymes, etc., means chemical signals it will be carried in the form of, whereas the general information will be carried in the form of electrical signals. So these electrical signals are passing from one neuron to another neuron. At that time what will happen? That message will be transferred from one neuron to another neuron at the site of what? Synapse itself. Even though, but there will be no protoplasmic connections. Okay, no protoplasmic connections. What in by this no protoplasmic connection means here the liquid, that is this cytoplasm of this neuron and the cytoplasm of that neuron will be not having in direct contact with each other. A little bit gap is there, that is called as a protoplasmic gap. So that is called what? Synapse. So synapse is helpful in connecting and transferring of messages from one neuron to another neuron.